Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to talk about narcissists. Finally. Finally getting my life back on track because I have had a plethora of things happening over the past couple weeks, personal things. Work's been super busy. I work in a field where we are assisting small businesses get through the coronavirus epidemic. Very rewarding and very busy right now. I also have, been helping family members with different things. We had a death in the family, unfortunately. I mean, it's just been one thing after another, and I'm still navigating all that. But I woke up this morning wanting to talk about narcissists again, okay? And what I woke up thinking about was Married at First Sight. Now, I don't know if any of you watch that show, and I don't even watch a lot of TV, to be honest with you, because I don't even have time, okay? But this is one of my guilty pleasures. I love this experiment, Married at First Sight. It comes on Lifetime. And the reason why I'm bringing up this show on my channel is because sometimes I see, when I do watch TV, are teachable moments. And there's one couple on there that I'd like to highlight because it falls in line with the topics on my channel. And I think that there are some very teachable moments and things that you can find. And maybe if you've been a victim of a narcissist or have a narcissist in your family or in your life, that you can identify with one of the characters on this show. And if you haven't seen it yet, you might tune into it when it comes on and actually say, wow, I really recognize some of those traits with this particular character on there. It's so crazy. Of course, there's narcissists all over television, but this is just one I happen to catch and think, wow, this person is like textbook narcissist. In my opinion, disclaimer, this is strictly my opinion, and I'll talk about why I have this opinion. I'm not diagnosing him or anything like that. Clearly, he slipped past the experts without this diagnosis, which is mind-boggling to me. But this is why I feel hints of narcissism in his character. If he's not a full-blown narcissist, definitely has traits of narcissism or narcissistic traits. So I just want to pop on here and talk about why I think that, okay? If you don't watch the show, if you're not interested, keep moving. But like I said, teachable moments with this particular character on Married at First Sight. Okay, who am I talking about? If you don't know who I'm talking about by now, if you do watch the show, I know you know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about Chris Williams. Okay. Oh my gosh, he oozes narcissism. He oozes it from his pores, honey. I thought that the first time I saw him appear on the show, and I thought to myself before he even got picked to be on the show, I was like, I know they are not going to pick him. Like, this can't even be a real option. Because he just oozed like overt narcissist to me. To me. Now, I've been married to a narcissist, so I know what a narcissist looks like. And I know what they act like. He just oozed narcissist. Like, I couldn't even believe he had to be, I mean, I know this is a big controversy. He had to be picked for ratings in my humble opinion, very humble opinion, very solicited opinion. They're denying that, but I just can't believe that someone with those strong narcissistic traits could, I just can't believe it. I'm not buying it. Like, for one, I mean, he was just very overt in his ways. Like, he's very, very particular about the way he looks. Just going back to the beginning, not saying everybody that's particular about the way they look is a narcissist, clearly. I mean, you should take pride in the way you look, right? But he puts very strong value in the way his mate looks. Like, that was his main concern. What if he's not attracted to the person they pair him with? Like, that was his main concern. His main concern wasn't what if we're not compatible? It was totally, what if I'm not attracted to her? Like, he was totally freaking out about what is this woman going to look like? That's all he was focused on. And there were rumors that Like part of his background, like some pastor he had in the past was very looks oriented, or taught the women in their church that looks are very important. Like that's just what's been drilled into him. Looks, looks, looks. Even after the wedding, after he was paired with her, he described her as not being a trophy wife. So it tells you he's looking for a trophy wife. Why? Narcissists look for a trophy wife. They want a trophy wife. They want someone that's going to portray them in the best light to others, because they're only caring about their image and the way they're portrayed to others is in regards to image, you know. So that was very hinting of the way a narcissist would think. She's not. Now, I'm going to issue this disclaimer. I think she's beautiful. I think she is a trophy wife. Well, I don't even think she is a trophy wife, because I think she's better than that. I think she's got a lot of class, a lot of grace. I think she's well educated, and I think she's beautiful. So I think, to me, a trophy wife is someone that looks good but doesn't have any substance. So I think he's right. She's not a trophy wife. She's better than that, honey. But I digress. He's looking for, I don't know what, a bimbo? I don't know. Yeah, she's not that. So I got your back, girl. But I digress, okay? That was like one sign. And then like just kind of dialing back into my memory. And none of this is prepared, by the way. I'm just talking off the top of my head. Just some observations that I've made that I woke up thinking about this morning, thinking about narcissists. There was an episode where he came out and said, there was an episode where he came out and told her after they had sex on the first night. They had sex on the first night, okay? And the morning after or whatever. And right after he had sex with her, not before, then he said, I'm not attracted to you. I just wanted to let you know I'm not attracted to you. So he's starting with the mixed push and pull messages. Totally something a narcissist would do. Totally something, because they love that intermittent reinforcement. I'm in it, I'm not in it. I'm in it, I'm not in it. I'm going to activate that reward system, you know, and to get that confusion sparked in your mind, right? So she's thinking he's in it because he's physically intimate with her. Next day, I'm not attracted to you, even though we just had sex. But I'm going to tell you why he rushed sex. I don't know if she rushed sex or he rushed sex. I mean, I'm not like glued to the TV, but from what I could tell, they had sex. Period, right? They had sex. Well, a narcissist is going to do that because, I know I've talked, excuse me, I have something in my eye. I've talked about this on my channel before. I don't remember which video it was, but there's an actual love hormone chemical in your brain that is sparked when you are physically intimate with your partner, and that's called oxytocin. Okay, that's a love hormone. So basically, that's something that affects women more than men. Okay, and a narcissist is going to use that to his advantage. So that's going to help him get you, basically, as a woman, chemically, or get Paige chemically bonded to him. Okay, well, trauma bonded, right? But that's what's going to get the bond going, because oxytocin is something that is natural in a woman, that is basically instrumental, like with childbirth, breastfeeding, so forth and so on. And it is something that gets pumped throughout your body when you're intimate. Okay, I'll just put it like that. So that increases your feelings of comfort, your feelings of trust, it just increases your trust and comfort level with your partner when that chemical, that hormone is being pumped throughout your body, and that is introduced into the relationship when you're having sex. So that's why a narcissist wants to introduce sex so quickly into your relationship. Okay, now she, in her mind's thinking, as a Christian woman, I'm married now, so it's okay to have sex, and this is my husband, so she's all in. That's how she's thinking, and he knows that. So he's using that to his advantage. Now, if he would have told her from the beginning, I'm not attracted to you like that. I'm used to a woman looking like XYZ, and that's all I care about because I'm a freaking narcissist, then she wouldn't have had sex with him. But that wouldn't work to his advantage. That wouldn't have worked to his advantage because he needed to have sex with her so he could get that oxytocin introduced into the equation. See how that works? That's how I'm telling you, that's how he's working things out. So the audience is confused at his actions and they can't make sense of it, but I can make sense of it because I believe in my heart of hearts he's a narcissist. Okay, and if you go back and watch from episode 1 all the way through and listen to what I'm saying, you'll see these signs and triggers along the way, and you'll be like, oh, that makes sense. Okay? And you ain't got to believe me, because I know some of y'all be thumbs down in my videos. That's okay. I'm not a narcissist, so I don't care. You don't have to believe me, but I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. At least that's what I think, okay? Another thing he does, just based on his past, is he accelerates relationships. So he has an ex-fiance that he literally was still involved with when he got involved with this married at first sight process. So he's still, I don't even think, based on different timelines people have been trying to put together all over the internet, and then Paige was trying to understand the timeline, he jumps from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship, and he's jumping in the next relationship before he's done with the past relationship. And he cheated on his ex-fiance, and then he's jumping into the married at first sight process before he's even done with the past relationship. And well, anyway, I digress, but the relationship he had with his ex-fiance, he met her, I could be off on the months, but I want to say October, and they were like engaged by February or March or something, but he accelerates. Got to hurry up and lock them down. Got to hurry up and get engaged. Got to hurry up and get married. Didn't work out that far because he ended up getting someone else pregnant, and that's why they broke up. Next thing you know, he's on married at first sight, getting married to a stranger. That's how narcissists move, honey. They ain't got time to waste. They always got to have someone on lockdown. You know why? Because they need a steady source of supply. That's what it's all about. But see, he slipped right past them experts, and they didn't even notice that. That was a huge red flag. Now, they knew that he just got out of a relationship, and they knew he was just engaged, and they still let him on the show. But okay, I ain't here to talk about the experts. I'm talking about Chris. I believe he's a narcissist, because that's a telltale sign of a narcissist. Jumping from relationship to relationship to relationship, and you accelerate the process of your relationship from, you know, boom, you're love bombing, you're dating, you're in love. Next thing you know, you got to hurry up and get engaged. Next thing you know, you got to hurry up and get married. Unless you screw it up and get someone else pregnant and destroy the relationship, which they do too. Whew, I'm running out of breath talking about Chris. But yeah, that's how they operate. I just think he's a classic textbook narcissist. Okay. So let's talk about, let me see. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. Oh yeah. Another thing he does with, another thing. Okay, there's so much. When he came out and told Paige that he got his ex-fiance pregnant, which was a lie. He got her cousin pregnant, allegedly. Allegedly, let me put allegedly on all this. So it wasn't even the truth. That's another thing narcissists do. They don't tell the truth always or 100%. But he told her that he got his ex-fiance pregnant. So what does he do? When all the news broke out to all the other cast members, and everyone's trying to comfort Paige, he goes woohoo, crying in the corner, talking about, well, I'm just worried about me. He ain't worried about what Paige is feeling. He's jealous that she's getting all the comforting and attention. He is concerned about himself, and he admitted it to the camera. Narcissist. Do you see where this is going? That's huge red flag for a narcissist. Okay, narcissistic traits. Go back and watch it. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. Next thing, he took Paige out to dinner, and he told her, okay, I know I got this other woman pregnant, and well, not other woman, my ex-fiance, which was a lie, it's really her cousin, but neither here nor there. I got this other woman pregnant, but I know the way that the Bible or whatever says marriage is supposed to be, and you come first. You know, you come before all that. You're going to even come before my child. And that increased Paige's comfort level with the situation. Again, this is the push and pull. So you bring her up just to drag her down. You bring her up just to drag her down. Push and pull. Pull the lever at the casino. Intermittent reinforcement. Now you're giving her positive reinforcement. Hey, I got you. I got you, boo. You my wife. You come first. You come before everybody, even my child. And she's like, oh yeah, this is what I want to hear. This is how marriage is supposed to be in the eyes of the Lord. I'm here. I'm going to stay by your side. I'm going to stick through this with you because you know the spiritual arrangement of blah, 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 blah. because he's a narcissist. He knows what to say to get her in there. Boom, like 2 days later, he says, well, you know, me and my ex, we've been talking and we don't really want to raise the baby. I don't really want to have another man raising my baby. And now we've been having talks about getting back together. 2 days later, you just told her you were going to put her first and everybody else going to have to come last. But now you're telling her to. So y'all having all these conversations on the low during your honeymoon about getting back together and not wanting another man raising your baby that you just found out about supposedly a couple days ago. But you just told her a couple days ago that she's come first. Like, this madness. Like, this is just, it's push and pull. Positive, it's intermittent reinforcement. It's gaslighting. Because now she's got to be questioning her sanity. Like, wait a minute, didn't you just tell me that? But now you're telling me. And then she's got to be thinking in her head, when are y'all even having these conversations? We're on our honeymoon. She's got to be starting to think going mental. She's got to be going mental by now, right? That's what abusers do, because they want you to start questioning your sanity. Like, but wait a minute, what did you just tell me a couple days ago? It doesn't line up. Did you really say that? Did he really say that? Maybe I'm going cuckoo bonkers. Crazy. That is a sign of a narcissist. Last thing I want to talk about is on the last episode, you know, the other cast members are starting to clearly see something wrong with Chris. Something wrong with him. Okay. They probably don't know exactly what it is. You know, that it's narcissism or anything like that. But I'm thinking allegedly, in my personal humble opinion, that's what it is. They are all trying to call him out on his behavior. Not all, but there's a couple of them that were trying to call him out on his behavior. And then a couple of female cast members were trying to comfort Paige on the side. You know, he's attacking them. He's, you know, on the defense. He rolls up to where the women are trying to console Paige, and he's like, this is my wife. You can't talk to my wife without me. Boom. Here comes the isolation phase, where you, instead of sitting down and having an honest two-way dialogue, you know, and hearing other people out that have differing opinions or have maybe a different perspective on your relationship, which you should be able to welcome if you honestly have good intentions or what have you. You go on the defense and on the attack, and then you pull your wife away from the situation, from anybody that has a differing view or any people that are going to check you or check your behavior. You start isolating your wife from those people. And eventually it's going to be when they get back home, if they stay together, he's going to do that with her family members. He's going to do that with her friends. And that's when the isolation starts. Now, he's not doing that when it comes to the girl Bree and the other guy on the show, because they support them and they're always on his side. But the minute they turn against him, because you have to like appease him and be on his side, then he's going to do the same thing to them too. So that's a tactic of an abuser. Trust me, I know, I lived through it. Then the other thing that you see, the behavior coming from Paige is you're starting to see he's like grooming her into the stance of an abused woman, where she's going to start making excuses, or she is starting to make excuses for his behavior, or she'll pull him away from situations. And then he puts the weight of it's like she carries the weight of his behavior on her shoulders. Like there was a scene where he was saying how he discovered how she has the ability to lay her hands on his forehead and pray over him and calm him down, and only his grandmother ever had the ability to do that. So now you're putting that responsibility on her. So when you're not able to calm down and when you're not able to get yourself in check, it's going to end up in the future, it's going to be her fault. See, look what you made me do. See, it's your fault. You know, this is where that dynamic is going. It's not up to Paige to control her man's behavior, to diffuse her man. That's him. He has that responsibility, not her. So you see where that dynamic is going. It's very toxic, and it's abusive and controlling, and he's cultivating a cult-like behavior. Just watch it and see where it's going. But you already see her demeanor, her facial expressions. And I remember there was one time when they were sitting on the couch and he was arguing with a couple of the cast members, and she said, I feel him tipping over. And she didn't want that. She wanted to be able to diffuse him. She wants to be that supportive wife. I was there, honey. I lived that life. And you really actually do feel the energy from your spouse when they're about to go over the edge. You feel it. And you do not want to feel it. I lived that life. And let me tell you, that's not normal. And you don't want to live that life. You want to extract yourself from that situation immediately, because he's going to escalate. And anyway, I hope my rambly video makes sense, but I just had to get all that out because the behaviors, and it's like a spirit that I see in Chris. It's a spirit that's driving him. It's so familiar to me. It's so familiar to me because I've seen it so many times before, and I'm really gonna venture to say I believe he definitely has narcissistic traits. I can't diagnose him, but I'm surprised the experts haven't. And he just slipped right through the cracks on that, because I don't know how they missed that one. It's pretty blatantly obvious. So if you watch the show, what do you think? Comment below if you don't watch the show. Catch an episode, or maybe like scroll through YouTube and watch a few scenes and see if you see what I see. Even just look in his eyes. He has these beady eyes. And it's kind of like, ooh, I've seen that spirit before if you dealt with a narcissist. Or if you have no interest in anything that I'm talking about in this video, that's fine, honey. Just ignore it. It's okay. You don't have to watch this video. I'm going to always just put out things that I'm thinking about, or anything that I feel like might have a teachable moment to it. But I don't expect everyone to like it or love it or whatever. It's just my thoughts. This is what's on my mind today, and something I think that, people could get something out of by watching and kind of learn the behavior. If anything, this character is very, very toxic and someone you would want to avoid in real life. And there's so much more I want to say, but that's all I'm going to say for now. So I really hope you guys stay safe. Have a wonderful weekend. I think we're all out of the deep freeze here in most of the US. We're back to a normal winter. And I'm praying that anyone that was affected by this recent deep freeze, I mean, we were, but not as badly as like Texas and places like that. I'm really praying for you guys. I'm praying for you guys to recover from these enormous electric bills and any damage to your property and what have you. I mean, my prayers are going out to you. Hang in there. Life ain't easy, but we're going to get through it one step at a time, honey. They say the easiest way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time, and that's just how you got to tackle your struggles. One bite at a time, one foot in front of the other. So keep your head up, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.